Hello.
Hello.
I am. Well, this is our first episode. I guess I should go ahead and introduce myself. I'm the mental cop. Whoops. That reminds me, I'm going to have to trim off this first part because I'm going to have to change my settings.
I do too.
Um, let's see. I guess that's under layouts, maybe.
Your name
No.
is under edit name.
General camera audio. All right. Let's see. I don't see an edit name.
Right over here on the three dots on the bottom, your little picture right there.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
And then I'm on the wrong screen name, I think.
All right, so I just have to remember to trim that off there at the beginning. I guess I should introduce myself. I am Gary, otherwise known as, Jonesy. What's up, brother? We can go ahead and bring you up. Jonesy, you're welcome to come on up. Jonesy is a friend of ours from Tasmania. And you ain't got to if you don't want to, but you're welcome to. I know you.
That way he can talk instead of just typing and stuff.
Yeah.
And he's the only one in there.
Yeah, that's true. That's cool. He says he was watching. I was just gonna say, I am a certified police officer. Went through same academy that Wallace Factor did. We both are law enforcement officers at a mental health facility.
Did y'all go through at the same time?
No.
No.
In fact, Wallace, how long have you been, in law enforcement?
I went through the academy in January of 2011.
Okay. So you've been doing it a little over 10 years.
Yes, sir.
11 years.
11 years.
And Wallace ain't near as old as you, is he?
I'm 37.
Oh, he's old enough. He's young enough to be your son.
Gary,
Yeah, I reckon so.
Gary's in his late 40s.
Gary's almost. I know how old Gary is.
Hey, I was 50 years old when I went through the academy. So I was the oldest person to graduate that class. It was,
Whoops.
that's okay. That's right.
I'm trying to get connected to you.
To Wallace?
No, hold on. No, to you. I mean, on my other account, I'm trying to eat and I'm getting myself. I'm not even awake yet.
Well, just relax. It'll all take care.
No, I mean, let's see. Do I have friends on here?
Bacon Hater. That's kind of fun.
No. Okay.
I'm just looking at your name on here.
It's not a friend.
You send me? No, Wallace went through in 2011.
There we go.
In 2014. And I was 50. No, I'm sorry. It was 2015. I started working as a trainee in 2014.
Is that Wallace's channel?
Yes.
Yeah.
His name? Okay.
I've made changes to the channel. Gary couldn't find my channel, so I created another channel and got rid of the other one. So now it's not a sub channel of the original channel, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to find.
All right. Well, now I'm going to have to go through. Well, that's going to make it a lot harder for me to go through unless you go through and send me a link at some point.
I'll I'm on my
No,
desktop.
it's not. You're a moderator. You're a moderator here. Click on his name. Have him type something in chat, and click on his name, and go to channel.
Okay.
Tell him to on YouTube side. Tell him to type something in chat.
Type something in chat on the YouTube side. Well, see, here's the thing. Well, I guess that's the only way for him to do it.
It only
Is
gives
it?
the option for. Oh, wait a minute. You see that, Gary?
Well, in just a second. I just open it up to the thing, and I don't see it just yet. It's
Jonesy said, "Good day, Wallace."
Hello.
good day, mate. No, it hadn't showed up, and now it may be. Oh, you put it in private chat.
Well, that's the only option it gave me.
Is he on a computer?
No.
Oh,
He's on his phone.
well, what is that right in front of him? Is that a tablet?
Yes, I'm trying to get it loaded up.
Okay, cool. We'll wait till he gets loaded up on the tablet.
Cool. Somebody else is in here too, apparently.
Yeah, me.
Well, I expect
No,
that.
now there's three. Is it you two?
Yeah.
Me, you, and Jonesy.
So it's me, you, and Jonesy
Make three.
watching our own show.
No, but this will grow once he has friends and everything else, or you have whoever.
Once one of us gets some friends, that's kind of sad when we ain't got no friends. That's okay though.
I don't have much of a social life.
That's okay. I don't either. I'm married.
Our social life at work in uniform.
That's true. Well, that's an interesting thing that
That's actually a valid point as when it comes to working in law enforcement.
I don't know. I think y'all cops just don't freaking like being friends with people because of that.
no, I mean, Wallace, do you want to talk about it before I do? I can't even find it on the channel, on the TV.
It ain't like y'all try to make friends or anything. It's like in y'all's licensing training, whatever. Hey, don't be nice to people, make friends with people that you'll have to police.
Not actually. The truth is, imagine for a moment. Now they do point out a few things.
Wait a minute, Wallace ain't here.
Okay.
I have double and triple authentication on my accounts. I had to enter a passcode.
That's a good idea.
But okay, now you can go ahead. He here.
Well, we were just discussing whether or not, as far as social lives of police officers, and you had mentioned something other about our social life being there at work, but it's funny because police officers. And I can't find it on the TV, so I know. No, I can't do that either. I don't know how to get it on my TV. That's okay.
Ah,
You're getting a echo from your TV.
No, my TV. I tried to do the. I tried to do the search, but because this channel.
Go to your page. Go to your home page.
Gary, don't stress. I'm about to be on in just a minute.
Oh, okay. I'm not stressing.
Go to your home page, Gary. Mental Cop.
TV, I can't go to a home page on my TV.
Yes, you can.
Okay.
With you being the owner, if you're logged in, you type in Mental Cop, it should come to you basically right there close.
I can't find it. That's all right. I'll figure it out. I don't. Right now, I would rather. I would rather go through and address the subject.
Jonesy's probably working. Wait, what time is it?
Oh, I
It's
found it.
8
Here we
a.m.
go.
Yeah, Jonesy's probably working. It's 8 a.m. there. I told
Yeah,
you.
that's okay. That's okay if he is. What I was going to say is, imagine this for a minute. That if let's say you're married with kids, maybe small kids, and you're a police officer. Uh, if you don't, even if you just took your kids out to, say you went to a decent restaurant, or you even went to a fast food
Hey,
place.
somebody else is here. Was that Wallace? Did Wallace just log on?
I think that's just I logged on. I was able to find it on my TV. So, but what I was saying is, imagine going to someplace to eat. You take your wife and kids, and all of a sudden there's somebody there that you arrested and put in jail, maybe even for some long period of time.
Hey, Wallace.
Hi.
Hey, Tammy.
How are you? Hey, Eddie. How are you?
That's Tammy saying, "Hey."
Yeah, we know. Me and Wallace, we're not that dense there, Gary.
I know. He's the editor at the moment.
Yeah, I know. I seen that.
Oh, Gary, I tried to follow the link on this StreamYard to get on my tablet. It did the same thing it did last time.
Okay, tell him not to follow the link on this, or I'll tell him. You don't follow the link on this one, Wallace. Hey, I'm just bored. How you doing? We have somebody else. Tell him to hold on. I'll send him that regular link for the chat, for the YouTube chat, not the StreamYard, because he's already up here on StreamYard.
Yeah, that's
So,
what I'm just about.
I'll actually put it in private. Hold on.
Well, that's okay.
So I just need to log on to my YouTube and go from there.
No, click on this. Oh wait, send. Oh okay, yeah. Go ahead and send it to him, Gary.
Well, I can put it in the private chat too.
No, he's not over there. I already put it in private chat, but he's not over there with his other one. He could send it to himself, I guess.
Well, I just sent it to his email. So
That'll work.
I'm just bored. Says what's new.
no, this channel is new. So is Bacon Haters channel, and as far as I know, this is the first time Wallace Factor's ever been on a live stream. So everything, there's a lot of stuff new. We just kind of we wanted to come on and just do something a little different, I think me and Bacon Hater have we have other channels, but we're trying to keep them separate because this is this one I don't talk about law enforcement on my other channels, but this one I guess is specific to law enforcement, and I just wanted to go through and mention some of the issues that law enforcement can have. I think so. Thank you, Jonesy. One of the issues that a law enforcement officer has is, when he goes through and does graduate the academy, several things happen. First, everybody and their mom and them want to be your friend. At least that's,
That's what I was saying. Wait for Wallace to get back. I don't know where he went.
Okay.
So I'm just bored. Do you have any questions? Do we know you? Are you stalking us? Are you cop watching?
Now, Baconator is obviously not, a police officer, but, not with a name like Bacon Hater. There is obviously not
There he is.
a police officer.
Okay, now tell him to mute his YouTube side.
Mute your YouTube. Well, why am I telling him? You can just as easily.
Because you're his friend. I'm not.
Okay, hey.
We got
Wallace?
6 people in here now.
Hang on.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to The what is the name of this channel?
Well, this is mental cop is the
Or this
name.
show? What is the name of this show?
Police officers open
Guys,
conversation.
I've got the tablet going, so how do I switch over?
Okay, no, you want to. Okay, you got the tablet going. Are you
Yeah,
on the YouTube chat of that?
Yeah, I'm looking at y'all live right now.
Okay, click on the little live. Click on the little live. Oh, you are in there. Okay, you see where it says live chat right below the picture of us?
Yeah. Wait a
Okay,
minute.
click on that so you see the actual chat. And once you see the actual chat, type something in there. Put hello or something like that.
That's what I just did.
Okay, there we go. Now we can add him.
All right. I don't see
Now,
his.
how do I switch my phone from my phone to this to the tablet?
Give me 1 second, Wallace.
You are now moderator. Wallace.
Make me a moderator too, Gary, because I can't add him as a friend.
Okay. Well, I don't see you on making a comment just yet.
Oh, maybe it'll help if I do that.
Yeah. There you go. You're now moderator. All right. And I guess I need to add him as a friend as well. There you go. Or his new channel.
Okay, I wonder who this I'm Just Bored is.
Apparently somebody who's bored.
It is somebody new too. That's
That's fine.
right like us. He ain't got nothing in there. I'm just bored. Are you a police officer?
I think he's just bored.
Okay, let me ask you this question. I'm just bored. You know what? I bet it may be Jonesy. I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm just bored. Okay, he's not a police officer. I'm just bored. We're playing 20 questions here. I'm just bored. Are you from Australia?
All right. Let's see. What time is it in Australia? It's about 8 a.m. 8:18.
Yep, that's correct.
Well, we were going to address, wanted to address the, social lives or, the problems with a social life or the benefits of a social life, being a police officer. I thought that's a mighty fine first subject to discuss. Apparently Radio Jonesy says he's not from Australia either. Anyhow, part of the problem is, you don't want to expose your kids, you don't want to expose your wife to situations where you might run into hostile people. And that's a very real reality when you talk about community policing. Just like even then, your friends a lot of times will come up and ask you if you can get a ticket fixed, or if you can, asking, it's not like your friends anymore. It's now like you just automatic, you can, some people feel like they can do whatever they want just because they got a friend that's a police officer and he, might be able to get a ticket fixed. Any thoughts, Wallace?
Here.
Was that a yes, no, or?
My was not going through.
Oh, well, you're going through now.
I find that to be very true. You don't want to expose your family to any of it.
In fact, I know Wallace is still. I don't know if I should share much about your life. Do you want to talk about any of the effects it's had on your life?
I'm desensitized. I don't react the way to that.
Hey, okay.
A friend of mine was killed in a car accident in July. I mean, not in a car accident, in a shooting, and I cleaned his truck. And I didn't have the same reaction that normal people probably wouldn't be able to do that. My dad was killed in a car accident. I went to the car accident. I didn't wait for them to pick him up. I was there. It changes the way you respond to things.
Well, and now some other things happened too. I know one, as soon as I became went through training, I know that, I started getting 100 friend requests a day, 100 plus on Facebook. And I assume most of them were pro law enforcement. I don't really talk a whole lot about law enforcement. It's just, to me, it's just a job that I do. Of course, my position, is not one that my job is. I am a certified law enforcement officer, can work at any, community police department in the state. But I choose to work at a mental hospital. That's where I was hired. I've been promoted up
that's
there.
what I was. That's what I was trying to say, Jonesy. We're getting an echo from somewhere. Does Wallace have his YouTube side muted?
Wallace, do you have your YouTube side muted?
I don't have you up except on my phone where I'm on live. I don't.
What, did you close down your iPad?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, let me check
Is
mine.
it coming from your? It's got to be you.
It is mine, apparently.
Yep.
All right. Well, I cut it off.
Okay. Cool. I want to know a little bit about this. I'm just bored. How'd you hear of us? How'd you see the show?
Well, I would expect that it just popped up in the
Well,
view.
just let him answer, Gary,
Okay, I will.
or her, because what you expect doesn't mean anything.
That's true. Apparently by accident.
By accident.
Well, we do.
Okay, it's a she. See?
Okay. All right. So now we know that I'm just bored is a her, a she.
We are
And-
nice to meet you.
It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
And she now, are you new to YouTube, or is this another account? Because I went and looked, and you don't have anything on your page as of yet.
Well, she's had this account for a good while.
Well, hold on, I'm trying to get over there to look.
2016.
Well, she don't have any. She has 4 subscribers. No, that's Wallace. Hold on a minute. She has. Well, she's not showing how many subscribers she has. Nothing on the about. Joined September 2nd, 2016. But there's no videos, no home, nothing on there about. There's nothing. So,
Oh, mine. It
she
says
has 2 subscribers. Yeah, and I'm one of them.
Okay, well, I'll be another one. So now
And
she
you need to show Wallace how to or let him know how to subscribe.
Okay, Wallace, in order to, let me show you. This is going to be, I don't think Wallace has ever been a moderator. So what I'll do is I'll share my screen and then show him how to do what I'm talking about.
And she says, no, it's an old account.
Mm-hmm.
And Jonesy said, who's the stalker now?
That would be Bacon Hater.
Yes, I am on both. Gary's on both, and you're on both. And then we have I'm just bored.
All right, what I'm going to show you is how to, once you are now a moderator, because you should be a moderator. let me double check.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
a mod.
you're a moderator. If you wanted to go through and, for example, go to Jonesy's page,
But see, he's not on YouTube side. He closed his iPad down, dude.
no, but he should be able to see it because I'm sharing the screen.
Well, no, he can see your screen. What I'm saying is because he shut YouTube down, he cannot go in like this because all he has going is StreamYard on his phone.
Oh, I know that, but
Okay.
I'm showing him how to do it so that when he gets back on YouTube or whatever, he can follow these directions. And if you wanted, for example, to go see Jonesy, you just put your cursor right there over his name, and it pops up these three dots. You click on the three dots, and the first thing says go to channel, pin message, report, remove, hide user and timeout, etc. You just click on their channel, and that'll bring up Radio Jonesy's channel. And
Click subscribe.
yeah, you can click subscribe. You can, if you wanted to copy their thing, you click on the top thing on the address bar, go to, right click and then hit click on copy. Then you could come back over to the channel, and I would type in their name. So that, and then paste. You can go through, I guess, do it the old-fashioned way, paste, and then just hit enter. So if you ever want to share a link with something, that's all you got to do. I guess I could, let me go through, and while I'm at it, let me go to the to Bacon Haters. And this will be my first time. He's got one subscriber, and I've clicked on that, and I'll go through, and I will share his screen. And that way, and I'm doing this a little differently because I'm just using the quick key method. I think they call it sticky keys or something.
Hang on just a second.
I think that's right on it. Now, both those channels have been shared. Radio Jonesy and Bacon Hater.
Why don't you go ahead and put Wallace's down there?
I thought I had. I guess I didn't.
Oh, did you?
No,
I just see Jonesy and me.
You're right. And I already closed that out, so now I got to do it all over again. But that won't take but a second. I'm sorry. I was not thinking.
It's all right. I got it. I already got it.
Okay. Well, good. I still got to get to the live stream so I can click on it. Actually, you know what? I think I've already copied his. I went ahead and did his address.
Oh, I got it right there.
Are you going live tonight, Gary?
Yeah, I will be, and so will the Baconator.
Hey, why can't you just put Mental Cop? Take off the Gary AKA.
That's a good idea. I think
not everything's about you, Gary.
Oh, that's a good point. There we go.
Hey, that's awesome.
Just remind me to change that tonight.
All right. Yeah, you need to change it after this show. So
Exactly.
You don't forget, and I need to change it too, so I don't forget. Otherwise, we'll have people stalking us over here.
Well, we'll have
this is another good thing about over here is the people that follow us on our other channels. We don't want them coming over here and the word getting out and everything else.
That's right.
This is like a release place for us. I mean, there's a few exceptions to the rule of people we're going to invite over here. Several of them are previous law enforcement. There's one detective and things like that. That would be Mike, the Ketorific Journey with Mike. He's a previous detective and stuff like that. Okay,
Yeah.
Wallace, can I hear your story a little bit? Go ahead.
So in 2009, my little brother committed suicide. I was living in Charleston, South Carolina. My now ex-girlfriend, we came home from her grandmother's funeral, and we woke up the next day. I didn't notice it, but my Glock 9mm was missing. I went to work. They sent me home. My little brother had shot himself in the head with my pistol. I decided to go into law enforcement. I moved to Madison, Mississippi, where my dad was living, where I lived.
How old was you when you went to the academy?
I was 25, 24.
Okay, so you were still young, unlike Gary.
Yeah.
He was twice your age.
Right. So I moved back home, and I started the process of becoming a police officer, but I had to come up with the money to go to the academy because I didn't want to be sponsored. So in January, I went through the police academy. I got on with Capitol Police, and I spent about 2 years there before going to Greenville Police Department.
And what'd you do at Greenville Police Department?
I was a patrol officer at Greenville. I responded to whatever calls dispatch gave me and whatever calls I initiated myself. Traffic stops, domestic violence calls, murder, rape, anything you can think of.
So, I mean, the fact he's seen it all. I've just seen the stuff up there at the hospital. But you can imagine going to a call where, I mean, you read about these things all the time. That's one of the reasons why they're, police officers call first responders. They're going to be the first on the scene. They're going to be the first one. In fact, I watched a video today where there was a shooter, and there was somebody that was actively pursuing, doing harm to other people, and he was running towards the dangerous situation. But I expect that's pretty hard at times.
The main thing you have to understand is I saw for myself the lack of caring for human life. People that were committing these crimes didn't care. They didn't care that they killed somebody. They didn't care that they assaulted somebody to the point that it was life-threatening. These people don't care.
Did Gary tell you I got a ticket and I don't like cops, because I got this ticket and stuff here recently? Because it was a little town here in Texas called Mount Bellevue, and it was a woman police officer that pulled me over, and I had just looked at the speed limit sign, and it said 60 miles per hour, and I was going 63 and a 60, okay? And which I usually do 5 miles over, because if you're not going a little bit over, somebody's up your behind and everything else. Well, less than a quarter mile away from that speed limit sign, and I'm not staring at the side of the road looking, especially when I just seen a speed limit sign, to see another one a quarter mile away. Well, I went under the bridge, which was Toll Road 99, and then it goes around this little curve to the right, and there's bushes or greenery or whatever kind of. Now, you could definitely see the speed limit sign if you're looking for it, and after you get around this little outcropping of grass, trees, weeds, whatever. And so speed limit went down from 60 to 55. And right after that, there was a cop, Mount Bellevue police officer, coming the other way and freaking lit me up and she pulled me. I pulled over. Well, she turned around and started following me, and I went through. I got stopped at a stoplight, and then there was another stoplight. You know, it's one of those that has like a double stoplight kind of thing. It's one, and then you go like freaking 100 feet or whatever, and then there's another one. So I got stuck at both those. As soon as the second one started, I started going, and I looked for a speed limit sign, and sure enough, it said 50 or whatever. And she friggin' lit me up, and I pulled over. I don't want none of your smack, Jonesy. And then, and so I pulled over, went in there, and it was like, for one, she was on a power trip. You know, she walks up to my vehicle, and I give her my license. My wife hands me the phone with the insurance on it and everything else. And she said, let me see what you have. So I gave it to her and everything. She looked at it, gave me the phone back and stuff. She goes, you know why I pulled you over? I'm like, no, ma'am. She goes, you were speeding. You were going 63 in a 55. And I'm like, no, ma'am, I wasn't. I was going 63 in a 60. And she's like, no, the speed limit changes on this side of 99, blah, 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 to 55. You were going, and she said, when I said I was going 63 in a 50, or 63 in a 60, she goes, well, you admit you were speeding, right? And I'm like, yes, ma'am, I was going 63 in a 60. I was going 3 miles over. And she was rude the whole time. She was like on a power trip and everything else. And so for going 8 miles over the limit, she wrote me a ticket. Well, and then she goes, you can take care of this before, you know, this date, blah, blah, blah. And she was about to leave. And I'm like, when do I go to court? And then she took the ticket or whatever and circled it. And she said, here's your 2:30 or at this date or whatever else. She assumed I was going to just pay it and everything else. Well, I haven't had a ticket. I'm an old man. I'm 50 years old. And so I went to court, you know, to fight it and everything else. The judge was nice and all. But the thing, and she wasn't even there, but the thing is it was all about the dollars. That's all it was about. And, you know, for someone like me that don't have expendable money to pay tickets and everything else, and yes, I could have took defensive driving because I haven't had a ticket in years and years and years, but defensive driving actually costs more than the ticket itself, for one. For two, it ain't going to do no good to go to defensive driving because it's not going to lower my insurance anymore. And for three, you know, I mean, I could have even did deferred adjudication, but that's the same amount of money anyway. And so I told the judge what happened and stuff, and he took off. It was $100 for going 8 miles over the speed limit. It was $180 ticket. And the only thing he did is he took off $10. But it was a money grab. What?
How small of a town is this that you got?
It's a suburb of Houston, but it's smaller than Baytown. It's not a town like I live in, which is Dayton, Texas. It's a little bit big. Well, I don't know. It may be the same size as Dayton.
You have to understand something, and this is the politics of law enforcement. Unfortunately, this is how it works. Smaller towns use police officers as a funding source. That's what they're used as. Tickets create revenue for municipalities. That's what it is. And a lot of cops, you're there to serve and protect and to try to help people. And so, but some cops are on a power trip. It's not about the ticket. That's not what it's about. But for some cops, it is. Stats are important at municipalities. Stats represent money. It's a business. It's not about law enforcement to a lot of municipalities or to a lot of cops. If you can prove you can write tickets, make arrests, and make the city money, well, you might get promoted. It's not a popular opinion, but it's the truth.
Exactly. I mean, and that's why you have people that don't like cops and everything else, because, I mean, they may only be doing their job and stuff, but for somebody like me or for somebody on a fixed budget or something like that, for them to take nearly $200 out of my pocket, which it wasn't intentional. There was nothing intentional about it. It was a speed trap, honestly. There was no malice, nothing intentional or anything else. It was an accident. And if it was a $50 ticket for going a little bit over the speed limit, there's no big freaking deal about it. but when it's nearly $200 out of my pocket that I already don't have because gases went up, prices of foods went up, all kinds of prices have went up. So to take $200 out of my pocket that I don't have to pay on a stupid freaking ticket that was not malicious or anything else puts a bad light on the cops, honestly.
It does.
I mean, and she may have her quotas or what. Well, for one, she didn't have to be rude. I've been pulled over in my younger years by, cops and everything else, and they were cool about it. They were jovial. They were freaking nice, the great personality and stuff like that. I even got into a wreck one time, okay? And the cop showed a little bit of sympathy. I got into a motorcycle accident to where I was all cut up and bleeding. My bike was messed up, and it was my fault and stuff. And the cop that showed up on scene and everything else, well, besides me being lucky and not being majorly injured, I mean, yes, I had injuries, but it wasn't nothing majorly. The cop's like, man, I hate to do this to you. You just got hurt and everything, but I got to write you a ticket. I understood that. But he was cool about it. He was sympathetic and everything else. I've had cops, that have done this, and I have got pulled over in the past for the same thing, not intentionally going over the speed limit, but it was a construction zone and everything else. And I went to court about it. And I told, the judge asked me how I pled, and I said, I guess I plead guilty, but I didn't mean to and everything. I was trying to find out where this place was or whatever else, and I didn't see it. And that cop dismissed it. Now that was a bigger, that judge rather, not the cop, but it was a bigger city and things like that. But
By the way,
she was just a total jerk.
I was going to just mention.
Cops are like that, unfortunately.
Well, not every cop's a patrol cop, but I should also, just for the sake of mentioning that, intent is not always part of the statute. I mean, some things are, do require intent, others do not.
When I did traffic stops for speeding and stuff like that, for me, it was not about what I used as probable cause to stop them. It was to stop them to use the probable cause to run your driver's license, to see if you're wanted for anything, to see if you're drunk, to see what's going on with you.
Yeah.
The only way I'd really write anybody a ticket for speeding is that I'd give people 15 over. Now, if you're doing 15 over, you're probably going to get a ticket from.
You're probably going to get a what?
A speeding ticket if you're doing 15 over.
Yeah. Well, I understand that, but I usually try to keep it 5 over under, 5 over the speed limit. And if you lived in a major place like this, because Dayton's not, but we're a suburb of Houston kind of, and traffic is horrible, but you'll be going down the freeway doing a speed limit, and there'll be people passing you going, if speed limit's 65, there'll be people going 80, 90 miles an hour just flying by you like you're sitting still. And because of the traffic so thick, there'll be people tailgating you, cutting you off, everything else. So if you're not somewhat, for one, you got to stay aware of your surroundings. And for two, and we have a question. It says, world problems always involve money, taking things personal, whether it's online, in person, food, medicine, and so much more. It's just getting old, in my opinion.
I'm not exactly sure how to read that. Yeah, it is true. It is about money, or a lot of things are about money. I do know that, and that kind of gets into the whole thing about, for that matter, about, you could look at healthcare and, are y'all, or Devil Dog, okay, I see you moving. I just want to make sure you weren't frozen.
Me on my computer and internet, usually I don't freeze up, bro.
Okay. Yeah, you got a good computer.
I got good internet too.
There we go. But I do know somebody that lives in Canada, and I'm not going to name any names, but they've got a hernia, and yet they can't get it fixed, and their job is a very physical one. And they've got to wait, for an extended period of time before they can get see somebody that actually may even be able to do something about it. Here in the United States, we are more geared towards independent thought, independent businesses, that type of thing. But there is, I know a lot of folks have. We
lost Wallace.
Yeah, I noticed. I know he said he had to go by 6, but I don't know if he's coming back or not. He may not. But that's him. Hang on just a second. Hang on 1 second.
I'm just bored. You're talking about the world, the governments and stuff like that, basically, raising taxes or, stuff to take care of other problems or what?
Well, I know that one of the things that, when you're dealing with medicine, I know in a lot of these countries, they sell the same medicines here a whole lot more expensive than they do in other places. And why is that?
You mean in other countries, they sell it a whole lot cheaper than what they do here in America?
Right.
Yeah.
And that, could very well be part of it. And part of that is, I guess if you have insurance, and insurance a lot of times will take care of a lot of that. But if you don't, man, that's a rough road to hoe. Rough road to hoe. And I don't.
Coming back?
Yeah, he is. He accidentally hit the wrong button. I think he meant to stop his camera and then accidentally hit the exit button. At least I think he is. I mentioned to him that he could just hit the same link. Of course, we've only got a few more minutes here anyhow. But we're
going 15, 13.
Yeah. Yeah, that's about right. About 13. But we only going to go an hour. I'm not trying to make this a real long show. I'm just trying to. Well, I'd like to just kind of go through and hit it at an hour. Maybe once a week. I figure Saturday's the only day I'm gonna be able to do it, and it's the only day I know I can get Wallace to come up on. I know you got a program here in on your own channel, on your other channel here in,
not 40 minutes.
Right. Well, it's more like an hour and 42 minutes or something at the moment. That's South Point, or 52.
No.
We appreciate 42. You coming in. I'm just bored. Feel free to drop 52, by anytime if you see us live. And thank you for choosing.
Thanks for coming in. I'm just bored. I appreciate it.
We do appreciate it. And I don't know if Wallace is gonna now. I don't know. Let's see. Have a nice day. Bye. Social distance. I guess.
Okay.
Social distancing.
Got it. Okay.
So,
I don't know what those, all those little things mean a lot of times.
Well, most of the time.
Oh, that's a little command for doing if you look over at the YouTube part, it has two little people. It's an emoji or whatever that has social distancing.
Okay. I did not know that. I've never seen it.
If you look at the little, when you see in StreamYard the little colon and then a word and then another colon, if you look at over in the YouTube studio, it has that little picture. So it's the command for giving that little emoji picture or whatever.
Okay, I did not know that. And I bet that's what it. Well, we're glad to see you still here, Jonesy. I guess that's maybe what. There's another one I keep seeing. Stay home. Is there one that shows?
There's got to be. I don't know what it is, but it's got to be.
Well, maybe we could try doing it once. And what is it, a colon or something?
Hey, there's Australian Radio Indie TV.
Oh, very cool. Let me go through and make sure I'm subscribed with this one. Stay home.
Wallace Factor's back.
Uh, what's up, Wallace?
Hello.
Oh, wow. You're widescreen now.
Yeah, I got the tablet working.
Ah, he's on
Hey.
tablet now.
Oh, cool. That's even better. We only got a couple more minutes, but any closing thoughts there,
We
Wallace?
still got 9 minutes, man. That's plenty of time.
Okay. Go.
Gary, I'm good till about 6:15. So
Okay. Well, I think what we'll do probably is right at 6, we'll go through and stop and then just sit, spend a couple minutes in the after, what do they call it? After hours.
Yep, after hours.
So, which is where, you don't hang up and we'll go through and, we can talk on the same panel. It just won't be being broadcast.
Jonesy says, "Nice deer on the wall, Wallace."
I got a few of them, Jonesy. I got that one.
Hey, Wallace,
Yeah.
would it be possible for you to put a hunter's orange hat on the deer at some point?
I got a few in here. I'm in the state record books for big bucks.
Really?
Are you?
Yeah.
Very cool. Now, did you shoot those over by the Mississippi River?
I did.
That's very cool, man.
I did.
Do you work? You work with Gary, don't you, Wallace?
Yeah.
But your first shift, huh?
I used to work with him directly. He used to be my lieutenant, and then I guess you could call being promoted to what they call forensic services, which I can't really discuss.
Right.
I got you.
The funny thing is, Wallace has worked over there 3 times. In fact, he's the only person I ever knew got 3 1-year pins.
3 1-year what?
3 1-year pins.
Oh.
Yeah, I have 3 1-year pins. In fact, I have 3 1-year certificates from the director of the hospital.
Yeah. I don't know if I ever got my certificate or not. I don't remember.
You don't need one.
That's true. I ain't planning on going nowhere anytime soon, anyhow.
You ain't.
So, what do y'all recommend I buy for a camera?
Okay. I will send you a link. It depends on how much you want to spend, and the one that I have, if your speakers are good, if you can hear everything fine and stuff like that, and your speakers are good. Oh, but you're doing it on a iPad though.
No, I've got a desktop. I've got to buy a camera because the desktop.
Okay.
The monitor I bought does not have a camera on it.
Okay, how much you want to spend on it?
I'll spend up to $300 to $400, but that's about it.
How much? 300 to 400? You don't need it that much. I mean, not for a webcam. Now, if you wanted something like a GoPro or something that you'd have to talk to Gary about that, because I don't personally have a GoPro as of yet. But as far as I'll show you. You can look at my picture here, quality and stuff like that.
It looks great.
Jonesy said my daughter is going to university doing forensic science.
Okay,
And
Josie, the forensic, what I'm talking about and what she's talking about are 2 different things. I deal with psych forensics.
And forensic science is typically just investigation, collecting
Am I
it.
wrong about that, Gary?
Do what now?
Am I wrong about that?
No, you're not.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Now the camera that I have, you can see my actual picture, but it also has a mic in it. Okay, so you can, and it's like, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna send a screenshot to Gary, and Gary can forward it to you. But I gotta find it. I ordered it off Amazon, and it's a pretty good. It's not the top one. If you can go in and find like a better one if you want. But this one is worked perfectly fine for me as far as lives and stuff like that.
Through my email.
Now, I do have. I'm not using the mic through my webcam because I have a Blue Yeti mic right here. So
Okay.
my sound actually goes through a different mic.
Well, see, I'd like to get one of those mics that I saw Gary buying at Best Buy.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna get one of those.
Okay.
Are you using that mic now, Gary?
Not at the moment.
See, he buys something and then don't even use it. Maybe you can just get it from Gary. Maybe he'll give it to you because he never uses it anyway. He goes and buys it and then don't ever use it.
I don't mind letting him use it. No, right here, where I'm sitting at, it's just not convenient. At some point, I'm going to get my desk set up to where I can use it, but I've got to get Tammy's participation because a lot of that stuff is Brooklyn's, and she's going to want to have a say in what happens with some of that stuff. So it's not like I can just chunk everything over there.
What's going to have to do? Oh, you're going to give a lot of that stuff to Brooklyn, your niece, huh?
Well, a lot of it's hers. She writes on different papers and this type of thing.
This is Lily.
Hey, Lily. She has those mean eyes.
That's because she is mean.
What's funny is his other cat. His other cat used to have some of the most unique friends you could imagine. At one time, she used to hang out with a frog.
She did, and she followed Armadillo around the backyard.
Yep.
They were friends too.
Yep.
I've had some weird stuff happen.
Imagine a cat just hanging out with a frog, or
Okay.
just.
Actually, this is like, I'm gonna screenshot this. It's actually $59.99 right now. It's 1 day delivery. Get it tomorrow. There are a little bit. This ain't the bottom of the line webcam by no means, but yet it's not the high end webcam. It's the one I use. It's camera and microphone. I don't use the microphone, like I said, because I use my Blue Yeti, who one of my best friends, T-Rock, that was in the Air Force, actually bought this for me when I started because his son has one.
Well, where did you mount your camera? Is it on the monitor or where do you have it?
There's different ways to mount it, okay? I bought I'll take a picture and send it to Gary to forward you as well. Okay, give me 1 second. I ordered, this one comes with a little, you can set it on top of the monitor, or you can set it down on the desk. That's what it comes with. So it's got like a clip, not a clip, but a little thing that grasps the monitor or grasps the desk. So see how you like it.
Right.
But it may be fine for you. For me, I didn't want it looking up my nose, or I didn't want it looking down at my freaking high forehead or anything like that, So I actually ordered a little
stand.
Yeah, it's a snake stand kind of. It mounts to the desk, and I can bend it around a little bit, whatever position, whatever height, or whatever. So I'm going to text these two things to Gary right now. And like I said, you can do what you want with it. But, you can go higher end, lower end. I don't care. You may want to talk to Gary later about the GoPro or whatever.
Hey, guys.
Yes?
I was just going to say, I'm going to go ahead and end it. We can talk for a few minutes in the after hours.
Ask Jonesy if he wants to come up. If he does, throw him the link or tell him.
Jonesy, do you want to come up? to the after hours, you're welcome to if you want to. Obviously, you know how to do that. Just click on the link. It should be pinned at the top.
Yeah,
No,
I figured
you
out
don't-
why
you
I
didn't
was
pin
having
this.
trouble with the link because
No,
I
I
was
didn't.
trying to do it.
You
in
didn't pin
Google
this one
Forms.
at the top. You sent it to him via email, I think.
Okay.
Jonesy has like 2,000 emails. He don't check his email.
Okay. Hey, the same could be said of me, I guess. But all right, it's pinned at the top. You know, if you'd like to, if you'd like to join us, all you got to do is you need this space. Oh, Jonesy's here. All right, we're gonna call it. I'm gonna end the broadcast. And anybody
Thank
watch
you for coming in. Anybody that's still here, appreciate it.
Yeah.
Next time, maybe you'll say something.
and if anybody else comes in, watches, thank y'all for watching. We appreciate everybody. And we'll talk with y'all later. Bye. Count of 3.